Welcome to the first ever Brighter Living podcast, where we bring you inside the scoop on real estate, business, and everything in between.
We are your hosts, Holly Verostic and Sam Ilstrup of the Radiant Home Group, here to help you navigate the world of buying, selling, and thriving in Northern Colorado.
Whether you're a first-time buyer, seasoned seller, or just curious about the market, we're here to share expert insights, relatable stories, and interviews with inspiring business owners.
So grab a coffee, settle in, and let's dive into the world of real estate and beyond. All right, Sam, tell me all about you and your journey. Where did you come from, and how did you get to where you are now?
Yeah, so I was actually thinking about this a little before. It's crazy. We've only known each other about 6 months, and it seems a lot longer with all that we've done. But yeah, after high school, went to college, had zero plan. High school was terrible for me.
I would have never been able to go to school.
After 2 years, I woke up one day, probably hungover and depressed, and for whatever reason, I knew I needed to get my life on track and put my information on a military website. Knew nothing about the military, didn't really have any family background, and recruiters started reaching out to me. Marine Corps recruiter was number 2, I think, and that kind of started it. I thought joining the military would kind of turn me into who I wanted to be. Little did I know, I got to my first duty station in North Carolina, made the same friends who still like to drink and do all that stuff, but we just knew how to work hard with a hangover, basically. So my end of my 4 years was coming to an end, and I needed to decide what I was going to do, put in a re-enlistment package, and orders came back my package came back approved with orders to Hawaii, and I knew I couldn't pass up that opportunity. Went out to Hawaii, and my first day I was out there, I got quarantined. COVID had just started. I was the first Marine in my unit to get quarantined in the barracks, 14 days. They would bring you 3 meals a day, no sunlight, like it was terrible. So I had all this time on my hands, and I just started looking into stuff, started looking into the stock market and real estate. And that was kind of the first time I had ever thought about real estate. And that kind of started the idea of it. And fast forward 2 years, thinking about getting out. I knew I wanted to get out, didn't know what I wanted to do. Found out about this internship program called SkillBridge. They ended up having one for real estate. I could go to any state in the country and do it. SkillBridge is the last 6 months of your contract. If your command approves it, you can go off, still get paid your housing allowance and your basic pay, and start whatever career field you're looking to get into. So I picked real estate, came out here 6 months early.
So why Colorado?
I had a good friend of mine, actually the only friend I'm really still in contact with from high school. He moved out here. I actually helped him move out here from Minnesota to Colorado during leave one time. I took leave. We took 2 cars, brought all of his stuff out here on a whim. And so he was out here. He had good connections. He was doing cool things. He was kind of in that entrepreneur world, and I wanted to be doing stuff like him. So he was the one that sparked my interest in Colorado. My wife and I, we got out here after a week. We knew it was going to be home, so we loved it. Did my internship program, got licensed, joined eXp Realty, as you know. Was with a different team for a little while. Things didn't work out. That's a story for another day. But and then moved up to Frederick and met you, and here we are today, I guess. So yeah, that's kind of my story, how I got here today. I know there's a lot of things missing in between. I'm sure we'll get into that at some point, but long story short, that's how I got here.
Yeah, it's a good journey.
Yeah. What about you? How do you get into real estate?
Mine is pretty similar to yours. So as military, we always connect somehow. Yeah. I'm a spouse. We were in for, and I say we, he was in for 4 years, and I was the support. I could never do what you guys do.
All the same.
It's not
Yeah.
I am the support. I am the person that will stand behind you and be there and cheer you on. But as far as getting in, I couldn't, that's just not me. But if people are yelling at me, like I would probably cry. So it's not good for me. But really we moved back here. So we were stationed in North Carolina for a little bit, moved back here. And I mean, I was a stay-at-home mom. I was just taking care of babies. And as they grew and grew and grew, I started finding little things for me to do. I sold some cleaning products. I sold some jewelry. But there was always something that I was missing. I always felt like I was just a stay-at-home mom. And while my husband was like, it's a job, like that's your job and it's okay. You're a mom, I always felt like something was missing.
Yeah,
and I had a friend that just kept pushing for years. It was like 5 years. She kept asking me to get into real estate with her. And I had no desire, like none at all.
What were your stipulations of real estate?
I thought it wasn't safe. We're showing houses to strangers and it just didn't sound fun or exciting to me at all. As my kids got older though, she asked me one more time and I was like, yeah, let's do this. Let's see what'll happen, And when I got in, I actually didn't realize how much I was going to love it and what it was going to do for my life. And I became very successful very quickly and it changed everything for me. And it's not at the level that a lot of people think that it is. Most people think that real estate agents are there to make money, and it's not. For me, and that's actually what I think drew us together, is part of it was the military.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
So we have to, how we met, it was really funny how we met, because we're working out at the same gym. And I don't even think that we ever really worked out at the same time. I don't think so.
I knew, because I saw your business card, and it's funny, new agent, I had my business card in there too. And I knew nothing of you, but in my head, I was definitely sizing you up, like, who's this?
Who's this girl? She's in my gym.
Yeah.
Little do you know.
Right, yeah, I had no idea who you were.
Gym.
Yeah, no clue.
Yeah, but you reached out to me and asked me if you could host an open house, and I told you no. Do you remember? I was just like, no, that was it. And you asked if you could pick my brain one day. We sat down for coffee, and we had an immediate connection. It was just one of those, part of it is the military, I think.
Yeah.
I think that all of us have that connection.
Yeah.
One way or another, we're always drawn together. A lot of the people at the gym are all either military or service related somehow. Yeah. And I think that it's just family, right? So we had that connection immediately. And
well, first I reached out because the first time I actually ever talked to you at the LGI event,
oh, that's right.
I introduced myself because I seen you at the gym, and you just told me, I think I asked you, how are things going? And, oh, good. I just had 5 closings this morning. I was like, who is this?
Girl?
So that's, I was like, I need to pick her brain.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, lo and behold, we're here. And I actually think it's so funny how it started, because it wasn't ever my intention to start a team. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how, I didn't know what to do. Am I a good leader? Am I not a good leader? And here we are, and we're actually doing really well.
Yep.
I think that we're having fun. We are getting incredibly creative with everything that we're doing. And I think that we really stand out from most agents because of how we do things. And our marketing is fire. We've got our videographer. We have photographers. We have our drone pilot. We have me.
Yeah. And all of our business partners that
Yep.
vouch for us, and we do the same for them.
Yeah. But everything that we're doing is on a much bigger level. And I think over the last 2 years, I know you have only been licensed for a year, right? November?
Yeah, just
Right?
over a year.
So in the last 2 years, so before you got into real estate, you've entered into a hard market, right?
Which I think is the best.
And I think so too.
I'm glad I entered, when things are a little tough.
Yeah. It's incredibly challenging. Things are sitting on the market a lot longer. Buyers don't want to buy because the interest rates are high. But what we've done is, we've upped everything that we're doing. Our marketing is amazing. everything that we're doing there is wonderful. We're making sure that we know where the best deals are, right? And it's so fun. So we've made some incredible friends with builders, and we've opened some opportunities there, but we always know where the best deals are for our buyer clients. We're posting them all the time. And I really think that, the relationships that we're building, not only with the builders, with our business networking, our business partners, and our clients, makes us different.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And it's so fun.
It is.
It is so fun.
No, I didn't have any idea of what being in real estate and being a realtor really would look like. As you know, when I first got in, I was just on the phones 24/7, not making relationships with anybody.
But you're a really good caller.
I am decent on the phones, yeah. So it wasn't for nothing, but meeting you, just one, it's been so much more fun because your day is not just sitting behind a desk and making calls and dealing with rejection constantly, and we're still going to deal with that, but making friends, and I can't tell you how weird it is, and you already know, being in the military, moving to a new place and not knowing anybody. In the military, you still have your unit, you still have your friends, but when we moved to Colorado, we knew nobody, and our circle started to grow so much as soon as we met you, because you were just teaching me how to build awesome relationships, and they just turned into friendships. And so many of my clients, business partners, even people I've met at open houses are great friends today. So it's just been awesome to build these deeper relationships with these people.
It's everything. I don't think that there's a secret sauce to what we do. It is literally just being genuine and good humans.
Real.
That's it.
Just being real.
Yeah, that's it. And that's why we work really well together, because that's you. Yeah. It's you. You just didn't, when you first came into real estate, you didn't know that that's what it really is about. Right. It's not sitting on the phone calling all of these people that might have clicked on a website, they're just browsing or whatever.
It works for people.
Yeah.
It does.
Absolutely.
But you'll be doing that forever.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You will be doing that for the next 20 years.
Absolutely.
Same exact thing.
And that was never my thing. So when I got into real estate, everything had to be different. It had to be different than what everybody else was doing, because I needed to lead everything with my heart. So I wanted to connect with people. I wanted to get on deeper levels. Most of the time when I meet somebody for the first time, they don't know that I'm in real estate. I don't tell them that I'm in real estate. Yeah. I build a genuine connection with them first. And maybe the fifth time that I see them, they might ask me what I do. And then I tell them, but it's at that point, they already trust you. They like you, you're friends, they're referring you out or they're hiring you. And I tell you that it's so fun. And especially when we do our client appreciation events, we have our friends that are coming to these events. Right. It's everybody that we've worked with. And there's some people that aren't showing up that I need to call more often to be like, hey, why aren't you here? Because I really like you. You should be here.
Heard it. You heard it.
You're here. You got to be here. Yeah. And even that, we sat down in November, to discuss our client appreciation events for this year. Basically all of our events. Yep. We've got everything on the calendar, and they are a lot bigger than what I've ever done. And part of it is having the team so that we can do things on a bigger level and make sure that our people really know that we appreciate them. And some of the things that we have up our sleeves this year, I gave everybody a little sneak peek the other day on social media. And I just put little icons or emojis on there. And some people are trying to guess at what's coming.
Did anybody guess it right?
No. Nobody's guessed anything right yet. Okay. But I'm so excited to present that and have so much fun with everybody. It is going to be fun.
Yeah. I'm excited for this year and everything we have planned, and just inviting people into our world.
Yeah. Well, it's good. Yeah. It's awesome. Good. Well, and it's a lot of things when we enjoy everything that we do, and the transactions can be butterflies and rainbows, right? But they can also be incredibly hard, but we're enjoying what we do, and we are providing a service to people, whether it's somebody that we've known for 30 years. I've lived here my whole life, so there are people that I've helped that I've known that long, but there's also people that we have just met, but you never know what kind of situation you're going to get into, but taking care of them the whole way and just taking care of them the best that we possibly can. My goal always, and I tell people that my tagline is smiles at the closing table. And it's typically for all parties involved, because the goal really would be the agents are getting along, the buyer and seller are getting along, and they can sit at the closing table and actually have a story. You know, they can tell, the seller can tell the buyer some of the stories and the memories that they've had in their house and that kind of stuff. Those are my favorite moments. The closing table for me is not the payday, which my husband will tell you all day long. I forget to cash my checks, right? Because it's not that for me. Right. It is the closing day when you have, you know, sometimes it's some not so great energy that is needed to be lifted, right? Or it's, you know, they're so excited to buy their very first house. Like, those energies are what I live for. And that's why I do everything that I do. Yeah. And you've gotten it. You've felt it. You've gone through some easy ones. You've gone, well, not easy, but I mean, you've gone through the normal home buying, right? You've gone through some challenging ones. Like, you've felt that. And when you get to the closing table and you've accomplished that, you've taken them from or through all the highs and the lows, how good it feels to get to the end and just know that, like, they appreciate you. You have a relationship with them. And I mean, it's kind of bittersweet at the end, right? It's absolutely. Like, you've spent all of this time with them, you're having a great time, and then the transaction's done, and it's like the phone calls stop, everything stops, and you're like, but I like them. Like,
it's as soon as you get that closing, you almost, in a way, you're fired, right? You know, you got to go on and find more people that you can help, or just find ways to continue to stay in touch with them. So
yeah, but it's so bittersweet.
Yeah,
it is so bittersweet. Yeah. But our client appreciation events, like, I think that I call all of my people at least once a quarter. I try to make it through and just talk to them. You know, if there's any big life events that pop up and I see it on Facebook, like, I'm calling them. Yeah. I'm asking people out to coffee. We're going to our client appreciation events. Like, to me, it's literally turning, you know, just a client into friends, or there's some that I'm like, these are my family. Yeah. You know,
even, you know, setting these appointments with these people just to go grab a coffee. Yeah. Like, my job is to get coffee some days, and it's just awesome. and I love that. You know, so many of these people that we sit down with, we are just there to hear, and if they're a business partner, how to grow their business, or else just build a deeper relationship with these people with real estate not even in mind.
Absolutely. I've had a few people reach out to me, actually, that they're like, you're so busy, I'd love to sit down with you. And I was like, I'm never too busy for that cup of coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I will still go for coffee. Yeah. We always say, a lot of my clients and I, our friends, will say that let's go have a pretend cup of coffee, right? A pretend cup of coffee. That's actually really hard to say. Yeah. But we'll go out for coffee. But it's, to me, that for one, like, our job is incredibly stressful, right? It's very challenging. There's a lot of ups and downs with emotions. And it's not just your emotions that you have to control, it's everybody's, right? So we have a lot of hats. Yeah. You know, we're therapists and all of the things. We do all the things, right? So it's a little stressful here and there. But the coffee dates, right? They're like, yo, you're so busy. And I'm like, oh, no, give Like, I would love to sit down with you and just talk about life.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes you almost have to let people know, like, no, please give them permission to reach out. It's like, no, we need that time. We enjoy that time. And we can call that work. If we want to, what do you got? A coffee? It could be your best friend for 20 years. Right. And you know, that's what we're looking for. Because I feel like a lot of the time we're reaching out to people to set these appointments and whatnot. And it's so awesome when these great friends of ours that we've created, they reach out to us and they want to sit down with us.
Yeah. Or when they invite you to their house. I don't know that you've gotten this yet, but you've sold them a house. They do all of these upgrades, and then they call you and say, hey, you have to come over here to see what we've done to the house. Yeah. Those moments, I will tell you, like, I'll cry. I'll sit there. I'm emotional anyway, but I'll have some tears because it means a lot to me that they want to welcome me back into their house that they bought, you know, and show me everything, like how they made it their home and some of the updates that they've done. And I mean, it is so incredibly special.
I think that just goes to show that you are building these deeper relationships and they know that you're their friend. Yeah. So that's awesome that they're doing that.
It's so fun. Like, you have to. And I think that really our job is, I mean, yes, we're here and we're providing that service, but our job is to just take care of people. Yeah. Like, it's as easy as that. Yeah. To me, it's as easy as that.
Make friends. Make friends and just be a good person.
A
Be
lot of
real.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to this year. Like the calendar, it's behind you. Nobody else can see it, but I mean, it's full of really good and amazing things.
Our big ass calendar.
Yes, our big ass calendar. If nobody knows what that is, look it up. It's amazing. The other events that we're doing, the community events that we're doing, I'm excited about those too. So we partnered up with a lot of local businesses. We run a local business networking group. It's not a BNI, like it's free for our business partners, and we have built some amazing relationships there too. And I used to do all of this by myself. So I would sit out in the community and I would do give backs. I'm giving kids some little art things or coloring books or this or that, just to bring some happy into the community, which started during COVID. And there was a lot of not so great things happening during then. And I mean, kids were not well. I mean, they were depressed, and I mean, they're sitting at home and they miss their friends. So I just wanted to do something special. Yeah. So I started the community give backs by myself. And I mean, you've seen what they are, and I used to do those by myself. It's a lot.
How did you change it from just you to getting all these local businesses to chime in and come together to all have the same presence within the community? How did you make that switch?
You know, I really think that it was just sharing my excitement with like a couple people, and then they were excited. And then I got more excited because I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh my gosh, people really like this, you know? So then I just started talking to more businesses, and really I just created a tribe, if you will, of these amazing people with really good hearts. They are really good business owners, right? They have, and I mean, I vetted all of them, you know, if their energies aren't necessarily vibing with mine, you know, if they're not really giving it hard or anything like that, like they're probably not in my circle. Right. But the things that we do, when they got excited about, they're like, you do what? You just sit in a parking lot and you give out things to people in the community? I'm like, yeah, I do. Yeah. You know, and to me, like, I'm a giver. That's what I do. I love giving. I love making people happy because it makes me happy inside. And I think part of COVID was very much I had to heal myself, right? Because it was hard. It was a weird time. It was a weird time. So anyway, so bringing all these businesses in. So now you and me, we're with our tribe, if you will, our networking group, and we get out there into the community. We're doing it once a quarter.
We got 2 this year.
2 this year? That's right. So 2 this year. And really, we're just out there giving face into the community. And to me, there's so many different opportunities. And one of the best things that we could ever do is just give back, you know? And I mean, we're out there showing them that not only are we good businesses, but we also care about where we live.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Holly, real quick, what's up with the banana though, for real? Where did this come from?
The bananas. So years ago when I first got into real estate, so back up just a minute. Before I got into real estate, I had my degree in marketing, and I did social media marketing for everybody. And really the truth behind marketing is standing out, right? Definitely. So one day it snowed. I measured the snow with a banana, and everything went viral. And now people count on me for my banana reports. So every time it snows, Holly will measure the snow with a banana. And I tell you, so gifts like this show up everywhere. I have necklaces and bracelets and socks and pajamas, a phone, a lot of things that become banana. Every time that somebody sees a banana, they think of me. That's it. And we actually use that for some of our marketing. I'm not giving that away, but that is some of the marketing that we do for some of our listings to help them stand out a little bit too. Right. Yeah, it's good.
Do people know that you don't actually eat bananas though?
They do now.
Marketing just went, you know.
Dang it. It's a little secret.
No, that's funny.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Brighter Living Podcast. We hope that you found it valuable and insightful.
If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to subscribe and leave us a review. It really helps us reach more people.
And don't forget to follow us on social media for more real estate tips, behind the scenes content, and updates on future episodes.
Have questions or a topic you'd like us to cover? Send us a message. We'd love to hear from you.
Until next time, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Brighter Living Podcast.